I go to Delhi tomorrow, so I'll take charge tomorrow. And once I go there, I'll know what are the responsibilities that will be given to me. But at this moment, I would like to thank Government of India as well as our Honorable Prime Minister and the other members of NCW for trusting me and giving me such a big responsibility. See, we really need to look into as to where there's a loophole. A lot of women do not come forward with their complaints. There's a kind of fear within them. They feel that there's nobody to hear them out. There's nobody to fight for them. So the first awareness program definitely from my side is going to be to create this awareness, come out and speak, and until unless they don't speak, we will not be able to take an action. And me coming from Tamil Nadu, I want to give this assurance and confidence to women of my state, saying that I'm here for you. I have been extremely vocal in my fight against atrocities for women and for the women's right. So here I am for you. You can, and I have always been easily approachable. So here I am working for them, and I want the women to trust me and come forward with their complaints.
And particularly in the social media, your celebrities has been trolled, and those who are in the public life like you has been trolled. Will you make sure that anything to be taken charge of?
See, all I would like to say is social media is not what the complete society represents. There are few people who have found this sadistic pleasure in trolling women or abusing women or shaming women. And most of them, 99.9% of those men, if you look at it, or even women for that matter, they do not go by their real names, they do not go by their real faces, they always hide behind a mask. And that is because that fear is within them, that if their own family members, if the women in their family get to know that this is kind of an abusive person or a perverted person is part of my family, probably they will not be respected. So that fear is within them. So I call them spineless cowards, that anybody who has a real conscience or the person has a conscience, he will not do it, or he will do it with his own name and real face. Yes, you have a political platform where some of the political parties, they find it very comfortable to abuse women. And since NCW is not part of any political body, it's an independent body, it's by the Government of India. So I would like to take that very personally and make sure that no political party body shames or abuses or trolls a woman on any kind of a platform. You need to give that confidence to women, say that you can be on a social platform, you can voice your opinion, you can be the voice of the nation for other women and not be trolled. So yes, there are a few things in my mind which will be discussed tomorrow.
What about the domestic violence?
I myself have seen my mother is a product of complete domestic violence. I have seen my mother going through domestic violence for many years, and I have seen my mother how she has been quiet for different reasons. She doesn't have an education, she is illiterate, she has 4 children, she doesn't have source of income, so she doesn't have a choice but to adjust and compromise with the domestic violence, saying that it is part of my life. But we need to bring that change. Now we want women to come out and say any kind of domestic violence is not acceptable, and women have more than dignity. There has to be respectability towards women, and if there is respect in a relationship, only then it's an equal relationship. So we need to bring in a lot of awareness. There's a long way ahead. It's not that I take charge tomorrow and things will be done overnight. It's a long way ahead. It's a long journey, but I'm very sure that we will be able to cross that bridge.
Already you've been giving voice.
That's very saddening, because when you look at the Nirbhaya Fund has been given by the Government of India to all the states of a country. And there are states, since I come from Tamil Nadu, the Tamil Nadu government keeps complaining that the funds are not sufficient. At one stage, they say that we have been providing them cameras, CCTV cameras in the buses. We have provided them with buses. We have provided them with this under the Nirbhaya funds. But when you look at it, the Nirbhaya funds are not utilized at all. So we need to work as it, what are you doing? You say the funds are not enough, but the funds are there and you're not utilizing them. Yet you need to complain. So you say that, we are not getting enough funds from the central government. And I would like to ask, what is it that the state government is doing for the protection of women? Are you doling out any kind of funds? Are you keeping some funds aside for the women of this state? What are the steps taken by the state government to ensure that the women of your state are safe? Every day we hear some kind of attack or some kind of an atrocity against a woman in the state. And yet you don't see, and because there's always a political party which comes in between, that this person belongs to this political party, that person belongs to the other political party. And it's always, we have fought, when it comes to women issues, we are caught up in these political fights. It always becomes a political fight. It never remains a fight against atrocities against women. So I want this to stop, because when we talk about any kind of an atrocity or an attack on a woman, on her dignity or on a personal life, or even an abuse of any kind, we have to look into it, saying that this abuse is against a woman of this country. It is not the boundary walls of the states. It's not the boundary walls created by us because of the different political parties we belong to. We all need to understand that a woman abused in any corner of this country, whether it's Kashmir or Kanyakumari or Kolkata or somewhere in Kutch, we need to understand that it's a woman of this country who has been disturbed and who has been harassed, who's been abused. It's not about which state, it's not about which political party. So we all need to stand together when it comes to the problems of women and say that united we stand and we will fight for the rights of the women. And this is where NCW comes in. This is where I come in to tell them that NCW is not about any political party, but an independent body by the government of India, and we will fight for the rights of the women.
Just by the case has been filed, this should come out and the stereotypic mindset should come out of.
See, unfortunately, many places we still have that patriarchy, misogynist mindset. And this is something we need to break. But this cannot be broken over a period of, overnight. It's going to take a long time, because we still find women living and growing up in a very patriarchal mindseted families, where they say men have the rights to decide for the family and not the women. And most of the women said, you have to take care of the family, you have to take care of the kitchen, and we will decide what is the best. But my argument is, if a woman can take care of a family single-handedly, if a woman can build a family, I think a woman can do much better in the nation. So I think women should be given that opportunity, women should be given that placement, and women should be respected for that. I mean, I find it very odd when you ask a woman, what do you say, what do you do? I said, I'm just a housewife. No. You're a homemaker, and that's the biggest job. Ask a man to be a homemaker, and then he will know the kind of problems he will go through. He will not survive even for 2 days being a homemaker. So I think women, when they say, I'm just a homemaker, they need to take a pride in it. Yes, you have, as a woman, you have extra responsibilities. Being a woman, you have to take care of your children, you have to take care of your family, you have to take care of in-laws, you have to take care of your parents, everything. But I think I take pride in doing that, because I know what I can do, a man cannot do it. So I think that's my biggest plus, and that's my biggest strength, because I have that ability to multitask, which most of the men don't.
And one final question, this is...
They say, do it and you're damned, you don't do it, you'll still be damned. So I'd rather be damned. It doesn't make a difference. I mean, political parties from the opposition, when you are not able to give me the position, or you're not able to give me that, I wouldn't say... responsibility, I would say responsibility, despite knowing that I'm capable of, because of your own patriarchal, hierarchy, misogynist, egoistic mindsets. Here there's a party which is giving me, and they have not given me a position as a party member. They have given me a position as a woman, where they have seen me, they have heard me, and they have seen how I work for the rights of the women across party lines. I have been going a little crossing over the lines of my party and supporting women at certain points. But despite that, this party, if they have given me and giving me a position as an NCW member and saying that, no, you're the right person to advocate and voice, to represent as a voice of a woman, I think that is a big achievement for me. And that is possible only with our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, because no other government would probably think of doing that. And when I say Prime Minister, yes, his government is a BJP government, but he is the Prime Minister of this country. And I would say that the Prime Minister of this country, he is the Prime Minister of every person, even those who haven't voted for him. So all his schemes, what he brings out for the women, and we have seen over a period of time the kind of schemes in the last 8 years that have been come out for women, and how women have progressed in a country in the last 8 years. I would say that his schemes are across these political lines. When he thinks about India, he thinks about India and the people of this country, of this nation, not in the political lines. So I'm glad and I'm happy that I'm part of a political party which thinks of the country first and then anything else.